Hi, I'm Mandy, the DIY editor for Today's Parent, and today I'm going to show you how to finally clean that car seat. From everyday cracker crumbs to disaster pants situation. We'll get through it together. This is easy-ish. I'm actually a bit nervous about taking this thing apart to clean those really big messes. I think we need to call in the expert. Welcome to the studio, Care.
Thanks for having me, Mandy.
No problem. Okay, it's a disaster mess. Where do we start?
Yeah, so if we have an accident or, vomit mid-drive, we really want to pull off somewhere safe. So into a parking lot, somewhere again, not on the roadside. And once we get to our final destination, we want to do a full cleanup of this as soon as we can. So we're going to start by removing any debris first, using, a spatula or something that we can kind of scrape off.
Yeah.
You can even use your hands if you need to, but we really do want to remove any large debris. If our seat cover is not able to come off, then we're going to clean it right here attached to the seat. Then we'll just get, a simple bowl with some soap and water.
Okay.
We'll get a gentle cloth or again a gentle sponge.
So let's actually do a little clean on it.
Yeah, so we can just dip it in, get a little soap
I'm
and
wondering
water.
how much you actually soak the seat, or we're talking about mess.
Yeah, we're really going to give a good wipe down. We can use circular motion. If it's a really big mess, you're going to have to work with a little bit more elbow grease than you will for just a simple spot cleaning.
Yeah. And if you end up with stains after, that's not a big deal, right? As long as it's clean.
Often parents are worried they really want to sanitize their seat. They want to use things like bleach or things that they think will remove all those germs. Kids are germy. Give up on sanitizing early on. It's not even worth trying.
We learn that pretty early,
Yeah,
right?
and the stains are, they're not a big deal as long as our seat is functioning properly, is safe and effective. Yeah.
And if you actually do really ruin your cover, you can replace it.
Of course, yeah. So a lot of the ones that are removable, you can contact the manufacturer and get a new cover if you need. Now, next, if we're able to take off the car seat cover, then let's do that.
Okay, let's take it off.
So in
this particular one, it comes off, right?
Exactly. Let's do it.
Okay. I have no idea how it works.
This one actually goes back here.
That's where it goes. So now we can actually put these in the machine.
Yeah, so the components of this car seat can be washed in the machine, and so again, it's worthwhile to do that if we've got a really big mess.
And you can go in now with your vacuum maybe and get any of those other crumbs.
Give a good wipe down to the plastic components underneath, and that's a great way to keep it clean. Make sure that there's nothing impacting the buckle. Our buckle can actually get jammed from food debris, from things getting into it, and that can impact the way that it clicks in properly. If it's not making that nice, tight, clicking, locking motion, then we want to make sure that we kind of vacuum out any debris, shake out any debris, or ultimately, some of our car seat buckles can actually be inverted into water upside down to clean them. Now again, you'd want to clearly look at your manual to see if that's approved in your particular car seat, and if not, contact your manufacturer and ask.
Yeah, just call.
Exactly.
Because these things are expensive, right? So you need to take care of them, and if you can replace parts without replacing the whole thing, that would be helpful.
Definitely, yeah. Now, after we've dealt with the buckle and with the cover, we want to move on to the straps.
Yeah.
And the straps are one thing that we would never, ever, ever want to wash in a machine. We would never want to dry in a machine. We would never want to wring out or treat, harshly in any way. So these harnesses actually are woven in a way that allow them to elongate in a crash. That means that the straps are going to lengthen slightly, reducing the impact on the baby's body.
Right.
It's really important that we don't remove that extra lengthening and that ability of it to do that by washing it in a machine.
Right.
So any kind of rough washing could be concerning. We would just wipe these down again with water and a gentle cloth.
Once the covers are off, there's actually a lot of metal components. Do you have to wipe those completely dry? Do we have to worry about rust or that sort of thing?
Yeah, so we never want to submerge our actual car seat, making them really wet, again, unless our manufacturer clearly said that. Otherwise, we want to just gently wipe them down, and we definitely want to ensure that the entire seat and all components are entirely dry before we put it back together, and then before we reinstall it in our car.
Right, so when you reinstall in the car, dry completely.
Completely dry ahead of time, yeah. So really important that, again, we don't put the components back together. If we do and there's dampness underneath, we can actually cause the growth of mold, which could be a concern, again, about our child's breathing and their well-being. So really about safety, we really want to ensure it's nice and dry.
Okay, so when a mess happens on the road, you will thank yourself that you put together a little cleaning emergency kit. Should we go through what's in it?
Definitely. This is something that every parent needs in their car. So inside we've got a change of clothes for our child. It's a simple cotton outfit, nothing fancy, just a
Yeah.
change of clothes in case we have an accident.
And maybe something weather appropriate, so
Yeah.
if it's winter, you don't want shorts. Or-
Exactly, yeah, changing it up every few months and as they grow.
Yeah.
The other things we'd like to have, maybe a soft bristle brush just to get rid of, again, some of the crackers, debris, dry things that we're facing day to day. Also, some water. Again, you can use a spray bottle or you could just have a simple bottle of water
just to have
tucked
on
away.
hand.
Exactly. That way someone can actually drink some if they need it, but you can also use it for any spot cleaning or a quick wipe down if you need to. Another thing I like to have is some simple baby wipes. Again, these are very gentle and can be an effective cleaner just to spot clean the seat or to give your little one a little wipe down from head to toe.
Right.
Having some diapers available in case that was blowout,
Yes.
resulted in the need for a new one. That's important. And also having some plastic bags or a wet bag that you can kind of put your clothes inside of after so you're not spreading, that disgustingness around the car. And then we do also have a little change pad.
Yeah,
so laying that out in the back of the car, in the trunk even if you need to change your little one.
I've been there a few times.
We all have. So setting up a kit with these few simple things really will mean that you're prepared for those moments.
Yeah, it'll just make it so much easier.
Definitely.
Okay, you can also buy car seat protectors for the front and back part of the seat, but there's something that people don't really realize when they buy these things.
Definitely. So any type of seat cover that goes underneath your car seat to protect the upholstery of your car could impact the way that the car seat's installed.
Right.
So we would always recommend that you speak to your manufacturer and that you only purchase products that are made from that same manufacturer and that are intended for the use with that seat. If it's from a separate manufacturer, it has not been tested together for use and for safety.
I didn't know that, and when you are shopping, it's not actually that obvious, so I think
It isn't. It really isn't. And a lot of parents want to do this because they want to protect their seat, but the problem is, again, if we don't get that good fit and it causes the seat to move, that could be a danger.
Okay, Care, there are so many cleaning products out there. I think we should go over what is safe and what is not safe to use on the car seat.
Definitely. There's tons of great cleaners out there that can safely and effectively be used in your home, on countertops, and on your floors, but these are really not appropriate cleaners for the delicate fabrics that are used in your car seats.
Okay, so let's go through them. Okay, what about disinfecting wipes? Everyone has these.
Yeah, a lot of people assume that these are kind of similar to a diaper wipe or a baby wipe. It's not. This is filled with bleach and lots of other chemicals that are too harsh for the materials used in our car seats. So really important that we're not using those.
Okay. What about like carpet cleaner? I feel like some people might use this in their car because it's deodorizing.
Yeah, again, if you want to use it on the mats where, some vomit lands and on the other areas of your seats within the car, that's fine. But not on the upholstery or any of the parts of your car seat.
Okay. I feel like this one might stump people. Vinegar.
Yeah, vinegar.
It's in a lot of like DIY cleaners out there, right?
For sure.
I use it in my house all the time.
Yeah, and people have a big assumption that, again, natural means gentle. Things like vinegar, things like baking soda can actually be quite harmful to the materials of our car seat, so we want to make sure that we are not using those. We want something that's going to sit a little bit more midline in the pH, so something that isn't so acidic or so basic. Again, that can really harm the materials and the fibers of our car seat.
Right. Okay, what about something like this, so like a household dish soap?
Yeah, so that would be perfect. Something like a gentle dish soap is often one that our manufacturers will allow using.
Okay, great. And what about things like scrubbing out the stains? So we have a few different things, right?
Yeah, so something that is abrasive like this really should not be used on our seat. Again, it can harm the integrity of those fibers of the fabric, and that could mean that it doesn't hold up in the same way in an accident. So really important that we're not using that. We can use though something like a nice soft sponge or a soft cloth. These would be a good option instead. We can also use something like a soft bristled brush if we just need to scrape off some dry debris from the car seat, but we really don't want to use anything that's abrasive.
And even with the brushes, it's pretty gentle, right?
Yeah, very gentle touch.
Okay. Okay, I use this in my house all the time, and I like it because it's natural and I'm not bringing chemicals in. But what about on the car seat?
Again, on the actual fabric or the actual car seat itself, never. If we want to apply that to something else in the car, put it in there to change the aroma in the car after the incident, that's totally fine. But we never want to apply it directly to our car seat in any way.
Okay, so the disinfecting wipes were a no, but baby wipes?
Yeah, typically baby wipes are gentle. Again, most manufacturers will say start with water, just water and a gentle cloth, but a baby wipe is something that most of us have in the car available, and most of our manufacturers will agree that it's a gentle option. If you're ever in doubt, just simply call the customer service number for your seat and they will happily answer that for you.
Okay.
Typically, again, if we're spot cleaning, things that are gentle on our baby, like baby soaps, or again, our gentle dish detergents are the safer options. Again, never using any of our kind of harsher chemicals on them.
Okay, great. For everyday cleaning, you can actually do this in the car without uninstalling. Okay, Care, let's take this to the car. Okay, Care, for everyday cleaning, uninstalling and then reinstalling can be a little daunting. Is there a way we can do it just inside the car?
Definitely. If we're talking about simple everyday messes, we do not need to take our car seat out of the car, take off the cover and clean the whole thing. When we're talking about dried up messes, we can use stuff like a simple handheld vacuum to get into the crevices, make sure that we get out any small, crackers or cereal that the kids are eating. We can also use something like a nice handheld brush, and this can help us brush away any loose debris. If you've got some small stains on your seat, you don't need to remove the cover entirely and wash it every time.
Yeah.
What we can do instead is spot cleaning using some simple water and a soft cloth. If we don't have that available, we can typically use some gentle baby wipes. You can always check with your manufacturer if you're concerned about that.
So you can actually just call them if you have a question, right?
Definitely.
Well, thanks for coming, Care. I feel like I learned so much today.
Thanks for having me, Mandy. This is a lot of fun, and I really hope that the parents out there feel like they're a little bit more prepared for their next car seat disaster.
Totally. And if you like this video, please give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe because we have more tip videos every single Friday. Thanks for watching.
What face would you make when someone diarrhea's in your backseat? You'd be like, here's a $1 million question.